shadows and dawn. In shadows and dawn.
What's up, everyone? It's the Rated One, Rated Roar, coming back with a haul. Picked up some books. Stack's getting a little big, so I figured I'd show off some books. So let's go. First up is Once and Future #1. This is a 5th print. This is off Boom Studios. Boom Studios right now is on fire with their titles that they're putting out. So I figured I'd pick this one up and hold on to it long term. Sweet. Next up is Batman: The Adventure Continues #2. This is the first appearance of Sonny, protege to Deathstroke. And at the shop, they had a ton of these. And so I figured I'd just pick up a bunch. I think I got like literally 11 total, so there's another 20 there, so I might go back and pick up those ones. And I think this book has promise. Not exactly sure on what to make of the character, but it is a first print, and so I know that they were going for decent money on eBay. So next up, I picked up Star Wars: The High Republic Adventures. Ended up finding 2 copies of that. This one has a ton of first appearances. I think it's 7 or 8 first appearances, so decided to pick this up. Cool. I decided to pick up Star Wars Adventures #7, the B cover. This is, I believe, the first appearance of this cat on the cover. Not sure what the name is, but yeah, I heard it was a first appearance of that person. So yeah, pick that up. Next up, I grabbed a copy of Department of Truth #1. This is the 6th print. I know there was some kind of like mix up where it was like the ratios got mixed up with the A cover, and I really love this yellow cover. This thing, I wanted this when I first saw it on FOC, so yeah, went along, picked this one up. Next up, I found a copy of Ice Cream Man issue #7, and then I found a copy of Ice Cream Man issue #8. Figured I'd pick them up with the series. It's pretty hot. The issue 8 was a first appearance of Happy Hank, so yeah, figured I'd pick it up. Next up, I found a copy of Magic #1 newsstand. Picked up a copy of The Thing, again, newsstand. Found this one, Kazar the Savage, newsstand. So yeah, figured I'd pick this one up. It's pretty clean. But yeah. So this next book, I just keep finding it. So I found 3 copies of this. It's The New Avengers #39. It's a David Mack cover, badass cover. It shows Echo as the new Ronin. It's like I think this book wants to do something, wants to be something. So yeah, I'm just picking it up because it's a really cool one. And if Echo comes into play, I think this would be a good book to have. So yeah. Next up, another David Mack. I found a White Tiger #1. I believe this is White Tiger's first solo series. So yeah, I just like the cover, and it's David Mack, so yeah, can't go wrong with that. Next up is Marvel Comics Annual 2001 Fantastic Four. This is a first appearance of Abraxas. So yeah, and it's a newsstand. So yeah, happy to have this one in the collection. Yep. Next up is The Incredible Hulk 105. This is the first appearance of World Breaker Hulk. And I got 2 copies. And this one is a newsstand. So yeah, super happy with these. I like this character. Cool. I'm surprised this version of the Hulk hasn't picked up steam. But cool. Next up is the annual, The Incredible Hulk, #1 annual, featuring Spider-Man and Deadpool. This is the very first appearance of Ghost Spider, and it's not the one that I believe everyone knows. It's another version of the Ghost Spider. So yeah, figured I'd pick this one up. Cool. Next up is Avengers Arena, #1. This has a ton of first appearances. Cullen Bloodstone, Death Locket, Apex, yeah, a ton of them. So finally found one of these. Super happy about that. So these next few books I'm going to show are basically all cover buys. I just thought these covers were sick. And yeah, just figured I'd pick them up. So first up is The Crystal Shard. I just think that cover is badass, dude. Look at that thing. So yeah, I wasn't going to pass that up for $1, man. But yeah, look at that cover, man. Hell yeah. Next up is Transformers #1, Beast Wars, cover A. I thought that cover's rad. So yeah, I had to pick this up. Yeah, stoked on this one. So yeah, again, just a cover buy. This one I picked up. It's Malibu Comics Ultraverse Rune #1. It's a cover by Barry Windsor Smith, I believe. And if you can see, I bought it because it was signed by him down at the bottom. So yeah, took a chance on this. Wasn't going to pass it up for $1. So yeah, why not, right? So cool. Pick that one up. And these books, this is the New Avengers #20. I'm a huge fan of Mike Deodato Jr. and that cover is just badass. So I ended up finding 3 copies of this. Nothing significant, it's straight cover, and one of my favorite artists. And also another Mike Deodato Jr. cover. It's the Mighty Thor #15. This is the variant. I think it's like a 1 in 15, maybe 1 in 25. Yeah, that cover is badass. Found 2 copies of that. But yeah, super stoked on that. Sweet. So next up is some books that I jumped on the train for. Shout out to Keeping It Thorough Man, for posting a video that kind of gave us some really cool fucking Kang books. And so yeah, I actually got lucky and pulled some of them. But I'll just start it out with this one. This is Marvel Knights Fantastic Four. This is, I believe, the first appearance of the 4th Timekeeper. Pure spec. I don't know if that will ever come to fruition, but definitely one to put in there. I actually like that cover. Next up is Citizen Kang Fantastic Four Part 3 Annual #25. I think this is like the Aclonauts or something like that, but it has to do with Kang's situation. So I picked this one up. Saw people picking this one up. Next up, another Kang book. It's Heroic Age, The Avengers #3. Figured I'd just pick it up because Kang's on the cover. Next up, I found Uncanny Avengers #12. Found 3 copies of this. Figured I'd just pick it up. These are all like cover price and lower. Next up, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, The Avengers #6. Got Kang on that cover, and yeah, found 2 copies of that. Found Uncanny Avengers #19. 2 copies of that. Found Infinity Wars #5. I just really dig that cover. That cover is badass. Hell yeah. Stoked to find that one. Next up is Earth's Mightiest Heroes #4. This is The Origin of Kang and The Origin of Kang's Mask. And so I found a ton of these. Picked up 6 copies of this. Couldn't believe they were still there. So hell yeah, super score on these. So yeah. And then next up, I found the Ultimate Comics. The Ultimates number 30. This is when Kang, Ultimate Kang, I think it's Ultimate Kang, and Sue becomes female Kang, and Reed Richards is the maker, and this is the last issue in this series. So yeah, found 2 copies of that. Yeah, I just think this cover is beautiful, man. Hell yeah. And then next up, I was super happy to find this. This is the Alex Ross Earth's Mightiest Heroes Avengers number 2. Oh man, that cover is beautiful as well. Super happy to have found one of these. I just didn't want to pay the ridiculous prices they got going on eBay and stuff. So hell yeah, got one of these. And yeah, that kind of wraps up my Kang spec books, and sweet. So these finally came in. I got Nottingham number 1. This is by Mad Cave Comics. This is the 4th print. And yeah, grabbed 3 copies of this. Stoked to have these. Next up, I got a copy of Stray Dogs number 1. This is the 3rd print. Badass homage to Scream. Stoked to have that. Next up, I picked up a copy of Stray Dogs number 1. This is the 1st issue, or 1st print. Love that cover. Had to have it. So yeah, this book or series blew up, man. Yeah, regret not picking up the acetate cover. I had it in my cart, $40, and then decided not to pull the trigger, and it ended up, yeah, should have picked it up. Next is, I got another one of these, Wolverine number 1. First appearance of Patch, Wolverine as Patch. I can't have enough of these. These are just one of my favorite comics. So yeah, grabbed another one of those. So I'm not really a big Star Wars fan. I've just been picking them up, especially that Dark Horse series, just because the series is hot and everyone is about Star Wars. But trip out, so I went to a thrift store. I haven't been to this thrift store in like almost a year, so I just thought, heck, I'll go check it out. And I got 3 books, so check this out. I got Star Wars number 1, Thrawn. This is the first appearance of Thrawn. So yeah, with him blowing up or supposedly coming, yeah, just super happy to find this one. So, like I said, I don't really know too much about Star Wars, so let's see. Found this one, Star Wars number 17. This is what is it? The first appearance of Quaylen Voss. Yeah, so got that one, and then I found this one, Star Wars number 1. Jedi vs. Sith. This is the first appearance of Darth Bane. And yeah, trip out, man. I went to the thrift store. I picked up all 3 of those books for $17. So yeah, once I looked them up online, I was blown away. So yeah, hell yeah. Came up on some good Star Wars stuff. So score. Hell yeah. So next up is a favorite of mine. I'm so stoked to have found this. This is The Matrix, number 1, I would say. I think this was like handed out when you went to go see the movie. It was recalled, and so it's really tough to find. It's a dark black cover type thing, and super hard to find and really high quality, you know. So yeah, and we should have a Matrix 4 coming out by December, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I love this movie. I love the series. and stoked to hopefully see 4 come out. I don't know if they've dropped the trailer or anything like that, but it should be coming. And yeah, this book, man, tough to find out in the wild, man, but definitely happy to find that. I want to say thank you so much to all you out there who watch the vids. Appreciate it. Please, if you would, like, subscribe, and hit the notifications. And so last but not least is a character I've been specking on. So this character is known as Kushala. This is Doctor Strange and the Sorcerer Supreme #3. Picked these up. Found 5 copies of this. Hell yeah. So she is known as the Demon Rider. Yeah, she is basically a Ghost Rider and a Sorceress Supreme. Yeah, so I just totally dig this character. I hope something happens with her. They can somehow get her into the MCU. It would be freaking awesome. Yeah, and they're about to release a solo series called Spirit Rider. Yeah, something about Vengeance, Spirit Rider, Vengeance or something. And so yeah, not sure exactly what they got planned for her, but definitely a character that I spec on, or have been specking on. So shout out to Bry of Bry's Comics. Let me get this out of the way. So we made a trade, and I got to pick up a couple of these. This is Doctor Strange and the Sorceress Supreme #1. This is the very first appearance of Nina the Conjurer, the Mindful One, and Kushala the Demon Rider. And this is the variant. It's a Rodriguez 1 in 15 variant. Got one of those. So this is all a trade. I had gotten the #1. This is cover A. And ended up with 3 of these. So yeah, super stoked on that. Hopefully something pans out with her. And yeah, but I definitely a long-term hold, because excited if this character can come into the MCU. And yeah, so I want to say thank you to everyone who watches my vids. Please check me out on my Instagram. It's the.rated.1. And please like, subscribe, leave a comment, hit that notification bell. And till the next time, handle it!